Hey friends, I want to talk to you about something that I'm calling the power of proximity. Even saying the word proximity reminds me of a friend. Reverend Tony he's passed away now, but he was the chaplain at Louisiana State Penitentiary. And he used to say there's two things that helped us, meaning him, discern if these were jailhouse conversions or genuine conversions to faith in Jesus Christ in the prison. He said in his old southern Mississippi drawl, we have time and proximity. And I think that's true. You get up close enough to somebody, proximate to them, and you see what they're really all about. Their genuineness or their falsehood is more visible the closer you are. But I want to use that word in a different sense, meaning our proximity to God. How close are we to Jesus, really? And is that a good thing for us to be close to God or near Him? In Psalm 73, the psalmist Asaph finishes the psalm with, "But as for me, it is good to be near God. I have made the sovereign Lord my refuge." It is good to be near God. But sometimes we don't live like that's true. C.S. Lewis once wrote that if you want to be warm, you've got to be near the fire or the flame. If you want to be wet, you've got to be in the water. If you want life and joy and peace and purpose and hope, you've got to be near to or in the thing that has them. This is a profoundly biblical idea. We are called to be near God. James tells us, draw near to God and He will draw near to you. And that sounds good, but for many of us, we would rather keep ourselves at a safe distance. We want to be near, but maybe not too near. And that actually reminds me of a story of Peter. In Matthew 26, it's the story of the Last Supper and the arrest and betrayal in the garden and then Peter's denial. And it recounts that whole scene, but there's a little phrase that I think is often missed. Jesus has been arrested, betrayed by Judas with a kiss, and taken away by the temple guard to the high priest's house. And here's what Matthew says in Matthew 26, verses 57 to 58. Then those who had seized Jesus led him to Caiaphas the high priest, where the scribes and the elders had all gathered. And Peter was following at a distance, as far as the courtyard of the high priest. And going inside, he sat with the guards to see the end. Did you catch that? Peter was following at a distance. He was still following, but at what he hoped or assumed was a safe distance. He wanted to be, within earshot or within sight, but not so close that he might get caught up in the arrest. And we know the tragedy of the story, the irony of the story is that what Peter thought was a safe distance actually only made him more spiritually weak and vulnerable. And I think the same thing's true for us. For many of us, we would like to be near Jesus, but maybe not too near. We want to follow Him at a safe distance where we protect, our reputation and our own agendas. We don't want to be lumped in with those kinds of people. And so we like Jesus and don't want to abandon Him, but we just want to keep Him at arm's length because it feels more secure to us or more comfortable. But the truth is, that's a dangerous place to be. The only truly safe place to be is right next to Him, in His shadow, close to Him. Jesus says as much in John 15. He says, I'm the vine and you are the branches. If a man abides in me, remains in me, and I in him, he will bear much fruit. But apart from me, you can do nothing, Jesus says. Abiding, remaining, staying connected to, close to. That's the only truly safe and secure place in the world. But that cuts against our individualistic tendencies, doesn't it? We want our faith and we want Jesus, but we want Him on our terms, at a distance that feels comfortable to us, where He can inspire and encourage us, uplift us, but maybe not mess with our lives too much. But like poor Peter, what we think is safe and secure is actually making us more vulnerable. We're just a month away from Easter, Resurrection Day. And I just want to encourage you, all who are watching this, draw near to Him. James tells us, draw near to God and He will draw near to you. Paul tells us He's closer than we are to us than we are to ourselves. So friends, draw near to Jesus. Get as close to Him as you can. It's the only truly safe and secure place in all this world.